Look at the Shark Mound of Bimini. It is an echo of a lost age. Off the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas, nestled beneath the shallow turquoise waters of the Atlantic, lies a mysterious and underexplored formation known as the Shark Mound. This massive earthwork measures 166 metres long and 36 metres in width. It takes the unmistakable form of a shark when viewed from above. While little known in mainstream archaeological circles, the Shark Mound has captivated the attention of alternative historians. Seekers of ancient wisdom compare this monumental formation to the aquatic cousin, Peru's enigmatic Nazca Lines. Could the Shark Mound represent a signal to long-lost gods, beckoning them to return and restore the fabled Golden Age? Or is it a vestige of a forgotten civilization, a symbolic sentinel watching over the ruins of time? The Shark Mound was only discovered in 1989 and was brought to wider public attention through the efforts of researchers such as Dr. Greg Little and Andrew Collins, who have extensively studied submerged structures in the Caribbean region. Using a combination of aerial photography, sonar imaging and diver explorations, they have catalogued and documented a range of features around Bimini, including the more famous Bimini Road. The Shark Mound stands out due to its unique zoomorphic shape, clearly resembling a shark, with defined contours and an intentional orientation that suggests artificial design rather than natural coincidence. Situated off North Bimini, the mound is submerged under relatively shallow water, making it accessible to divers and imaging technologies. Its massive scale, longer than a football field and nearly as wide as a 10-lane highway, invites comparisons to other monumental earthworks found all across the globe. Yet, unlike typical mounds, which are often circular or conical in shape, the Shark Mound's zoomorphic form implies symbolic intent, potentially tied to cultural beliefs, rituals, and cosmological systems. The true age of the Shark Mound, this remains unknown, and no comprehensive archaeological excavation has ever been conducted here. Several compelling hypotheses suggest that the mound could date back to the late Pleistocene. That's somewhere between 10,000 and 12,000 years ago. This time frame coincides with the end of the last great Earth upheaval, known as the Ice Age, a period of dramatic environmental shifts, glacial melting and rising sea levels. Alternative archaeology speculates that the mound may have been constructed during a time when the sea levels were significantly lower than what they are today, and what is now the sea floor around Bimini was once dry land. This aligns with theories that posit that the Bahamas are part of the lost continent of Atlantis, as described by Plato. If the Shark Mound predates the Great Flood and tectonic upheavals that submerged large portions of the continental shelf, it could be a survivor of a prehistoric maritime culture, perhaps even a ritual or astronomical structure used by a people whose memory survives only in legend. The Shark Mound bears an uncanny resemblance to the Nazca Lines of Peru, those vast geoglyphs that depict animals, geometric shapes and figures, and are best appreciated from the sky. Like the Nazca Lines, the Shark Mound is too large to be fully grasped from the ground or sea level, and this raises the tantalising question: who was meant to see it? Could it have been a skyward offering to gods or sky beings? A map for celestial navigators? Or perhaps a symbolic representation of mythic beings tied to the ocean and its mysteries? In many ancient cultures, animals were not merely fauna, they were cosmic archetypes, totems of power, memory and meaning. The shark, feared and revered in equal measure, may have been a guardian of the threshold between life and death, land and sea, matter and spirit. Such a formation may also have served practical or ceremonial purposes. It could have been aligned with the stars, used in seasonal rituals, or functioned as a territorial marker. But the symbolic form, the unmistakable shape of the shark, suggests a deep spiritual significance beyond the functional. Across world mythologies, there exists a persistent theme of a lost golden age, a time when humans lived in harmony with the gods, when knowledge flowed freely and the earth was a paradise. These stories often end with a great catastrophe, a flood, a war, a fall from grace. The Shark Mound, in this context, might be more than a memorial to a lost past. It could be a signal, a resonator, or even a cosmic petition, a terrestrial glyph etched into the Earth's memory, calling out to those ancient powers. Return to us, restore the harmony, rekindle the light. Some esoteric traditions speak of sacred sites as energy nodes, places where the veil between dimensions is very thin. The Bahamas has long been considered such a region by New Age researchers and proponents of the Earth grid hypothesis, and in this view, Shark Mound becomes more than a symbol. It is a machine of consciousness, designed to resonate with celestial energies or interdimensional frequencies, perhaps to awaken dormant potentials within humanity, or the planet Earth itself. The island of Bimini is steeped in legend. The indigenous Lucayan Taínos people, part of the larger Arawakan-speaking peoples, and they believed in an animistic universe filled with spirits, gods, and sacred animals. And while much of their mythology has been lost to history due to colonisation and cultural disruption, echoes remain. Tales of sky beings, ocean spirits, and guardian animals that blurred the lines between the physical and the spiritual. One of the most enduring myths associated with Bimini is that of the Fountain of Youth. And get this, at the shark's nose, at the tip of the Shark Mound, there is a well that is known as the Fountain of Youth. Coincidence? You be the judge. The Fountain of Youth was sought by Joan Ponce de Leon in the early 1500s. And although the historical accuracy of this quest is debated, the legend endures that somewhere on or near Bimini lies a spring that restores vitality and reverses aging. Could the well at the tip of the shark on the Shark Mound, on the shark's nose, could this be the Fountain of Youth or closely associated with it? This myth of rejuvenation aligns with the broader concept of the Golden Age, a state of perpetual balance and spiritual wholeness. Modern esoteric thinkers have also tied Bimini to the remnants of Atlantis. According to the psychic Edgar Cayce, Bimini was part of the Atlantean outposts, and a great hall of records lies hidden beneath its sands or hidden beneath its water. Maybe the Shark Mound is something to do with this prediction of the Hall of Records. In this context, the Shark Mound could be a surviving artefact of Atlantean culture, deliberately constructed to encode sacred knowledge or to act as a trans-dimensional key. In syncretic or channeled mythologies, the gods of Bimini are often associated with luminescent beings, sky travellers, or advanced humanoids from other realms or other planets. Whether interpreted literally or symbolically, these beings represent higher consciousness, lost wisdom, and the potential for humanity to reclaim its forgotten heritage. The Shark Mound of Bimini. This remains an unsolved mystery, but it is one that pulses with significance. Whether a ceremonial mound, an artistic expression, a star-aligned temple, or a communication device for interdimensional contact. It stands as a monument to something greater than itself. The Shark Mound challenges our assumptions about ancient human capability, cosmology, and spirituality, and it invites us to take a deeper look not only into the seafloor of the Bahamas, but into the depths of our collective memory. The Shark Mound may be silent, but its form speaks a language older than writing, older than myth, a language of symbol, spirit, and sacred geometry. In its shadow, we may glimpse not only the past, but also a future where the sacred and the scientific reunite, where the gods, whether celestial or symbolic, might once again be amongst us, and where the golden age is not a tale of nostalgia, but a potential yet to be realised. The shark waits beneath the waves, its great fin raised not in aggression, but in invitation to remember, to awaken, and to rediscover what it means to be fully human in a living, conscious universe. But what do you guys think about the Shark Mound? Comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.